with that one site. They haven't branched out. They like, look, I like where I work and I'm going to stay here. And that's great. But, when you branch off to other sites, there's other good instructors and you get that feed, you feed off of them and then it just makes you, more universal in your teaching. But anyways, I did take a lot from Adam on that weekend. And one of the things I wanted to bring up is, there's an exercise, and now each doesn't matter if you're in the beginning course or you take the advanced course. There is going to be a quick stop.
Mm-hmm. It's always fun.
Oh yeah, because you're going to need one. Yeah. And the thing is, up until ARC 2, even let's say the basic course, we talk about the stop, braking and swerving in the classroom 2. Which is your evasive maneuver. And I always ask the question, because the thing in the class, they say, your braking percentage is what, with JJ? What is it for front to back?
Oh, man, like 10 to 90?
70 to 30.
Ooh.
Okay, 70% front, 30 rear. And then I asked him, I says, okay, well, when would it be 90%? Depending on, don't answer this.
Fine.
Jordy,
damn it.
Jordy, when would it be 90%? Depending on what?
Bullshit.
Depending on how quick you have to stop.
And your speed.
Oh, right, speed.
The moment you're going. So
Yeah.
at that point, it's speed and
I'm still running in beginner class while I'm going, hold on here.
It's speed and distance dependent.
Right.
But
right?
not when you're going around a corner.
What don't you touch when you're in a corner,
These
Dave?
concepts still
Front
apply in
brake.
corners.
Huh?
These concepts
Yes.
still apply in
They,
corners.
they
Yeah.
absolutely
If
do.
you straighten yourself out, if you're not like in a full lean, going full speed, straighten yourself out and hit the front brake. I've done that before and come to a quick stop.
Yep.
We actually teach
successfully.
it.
Yeah.
That's in the beginning course. That's the
Yeah.
very first
We talk
one.
about
It's
that.
one of the
That
like,
is
Nice.
7 or 8.
Hang on
or
a
something.
second. Let me see if I'm correct. That is wait, hang on.
You got
That
cookies, bitch?
is
You bring
exercise 15.
Yes, it is.
How you just going to show up with
Nice.
cookies? Like 2 cookies
You
just
want
for
one,
you.
motherfucker? There was 3 of them when I got my fat ass sitting down in his chair.
Do I want one? Yes. Do I want you to give me one? No.
Fine, fuck you then.
So we're doing. We've already done a few exercises, and a lot of them is based on the cornering and then also trail braking. And so we were doing all these
In the
corner
ARC
exercises
2.
in the ARC level 2 that we took, which is the third level because there's the IRC, the Intermediate Rider Clinic, then there's the ARC level 1, the Advanced Rider Clinic 1, and then the ARC 2, which is the third level. And Dan Parks too. Shout out to Dan Parks, really good instructor
Gonna
I
have to
work
get
with.
some
And I was
Zig Zone koozies.
I was around him this past weekend up at Lake Elsinore.
Yeah.
But this one I was taking the ARC 2 over at SoCal Motorcycle Training over at the San Manuel Stadium, and which is great asphalt too.
We have great pavement at our site.
Yes, we
Yeah.
do.
I love it.
Smooth. I mean, imperfection free.
Yeah, not a whole lot of cracks and scrapes and shit.
No
It's totally,
oil
Yeah.
Nope.
spots.
Totally sweet ass.
Right.
Fault.
So at this
Yeah.
one, you're getting pretty close. I mean, they get you in this position where you're nearly dragging.
Dude,
it
I
down.
saw
wow.
you. I
Oh,
saw
you were
you. I
there?
know where you're going
Nice.
with this.
Yes. So
'Cause
anyways,
I saw you in that braking exercise.
I'm doing this quick stop, right? So now, mind you, I'm gonna set myself up because I did this. I did one of these things. I mean, Jordy.
Or Dave.
Or Dave. Who
Or
you pointing
Dave.
at?
Okay. Okay. Well,
Whoever.
I'll tell you what. Let's we do have a caller. I
Zig
can
do it?
I can roll
Does he
this
know?
caller. You're live on the Zig Zone.
TechRadio.com, you're live on the Zig Zone. What's up, brother?
Hey, Mike Alpine here calling in and say hey to the guys, see what's going on tonight.
Mike,
Miss
what's
Mike,
up,
what's up?
Alpine? This is, let me tell you a little about Mike Alpine. I made a post. We were at the track before the PDW, and when we're sitting there, and he was behind me doing a few laps, right? Then I pulled off and I went to some of the higher up instructors to get some feedback. But with him behind you, and I had my mirrors still on my bike. And so when I came off the track, and then we're sitting there talking to a couple of people, and they're like going, yeah, you know what he's like? I said, he's like a freight train behind you.
Oh, yeah.
He's got all these lights, and he's got this big beamer, you know what I mean? So what kind of bike do you ride, Mike? Mike, tell us what your bike is, Mike.
It is a BMW R1200 RT,
Okay.
which I love. It's like a Swiss Army knife of motorcycles for me because I commute every day. I obviously take it on the track and take it in the canyons, and works out really good. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, no, he rocks this thing. And I'm serious, a freaking heart attack, dude. Even like riding behind him, going through Horse Mile. I'm just like going, how in the hell are you doing this? I mean, I could see Lee Parks doing this, man, but holy shit, you know. And he's so comfortable on this big beast, and which is really nice because as instructors, we get to be around a lot of the total control training instructors that just. I mean, I don't care what you're on. They'll hop on your bike. They hop on Reedow's bike.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
And
right?
just, and dude, in the parking lot, me, Mike, and some other guys were just sitting back chilling out. Lee Parks hops on his Mike's BMW, and just drags his knee in a circle. Then turns around, drags his knee in a circle again, and hands his bike
Yeah,
back.
Lee's all, hey Mike, can I ride your bike real quick? I'm like, should I bow right now? Lee, please ride my bike. That is so cool. Go ahead, do it. You take it on the track or wherever you want. It's all good. He's like, no, I just want to check the ground clearance. So he's doing figure eights right in front of us, dragging his knee, and he just wants to check the ground clearance. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that was ridiculously too clean. I'm like going, like he was riding the 50 or something. I'm like, yeah, he's an amazing individual, man. That guy, he's like the magician of motorcycles. Craziness.
He is. So since you're on the phone, I'm pulling up my Chaotic Radio Live right now. Since you're on the phone, so I took the R2 with Adam, right, a few weeks ago, Mike.
Nice.
And so I'm going to fall through the story. So we're doing the quick stop. And now when you're in the R2, now what they're trying to do on the quick stop is they're trying to make you realize how your front brake can now be 100% of your braking. Yep. And so, Adam, I better mute this before it gets all, see?
Yeah, good job, Zig.
Nice job, Zig.
There we go, muted. So he says, he's, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have you lift your rear tire off the ground a little bit. And then they do a demo. So he comes down, he does the improper braking. He did 2 improper braking.
Right.
Then he came down and he got the rear tire about
a couple feet.
No, he about say 5 inches off the ground.
Okay.
So he goes, okay, now it's time for you guys to do it. So I'm like, okay, great. So I'm the only one on the sport bike. Another guy was a guy on a Triumph. It was actually one of Adam's buddies. There was Jim from Riverside, from the Paris motorcycle training. I forget the name of it. Sorry, Jim, if you're listening. You can call in and correct me and tell everybody what it is. And I was with Dan Parks from Ride Right. And I was also with Dave Woods, our boss, at SoCal Motorcycle Training.
And he's on the big old KTM.
And he's on the KTM, yeah. And actually, Dan was riding a BMW RT. I think that's what he rides. Yeah. Right?
It is.
And then Jim has a big dresser Harley Davidson. Yeah. So and he's got the ABS. So when Adam said, hey, I'm going to have you come down, you're going to get your rear tire off the ground. And Jim, first thing Jim said, no, you're not.
Nope.
No, you're not. And I about died laughing. So I'm the only one on a sport bike. Now, mind you, I have a CBR 1000. I have an 05 CBR 1000, and I just bought a 04 CBR 600RR. Here's the difference between the two. It's a 2-inch difference in the wheelbase. And it's also a little bit lighter. So I'm used to riding baby. I know I can stop her and make that front brake 100% of my braking without doing a complete stoppie.
Sure.
I come down and do my quick stop.
Yeah.
Adam says, all right, that's great. Now, towards the end, I really want you to
get on it.
I want you to get more on it. Yeah. I'm like, okay, great. Now, mind you, I go around to get back in line. Well, guess what? Reedow's in classroom. And now when the classroom is up in the skybox at the stadium. So now they got students sitting out there watching us on the reins.
We were on the break, so we're like standing on the balcony watching them from up like the second story. I'm like, hey, that's Zig on the sport bike. Nice. But I didn't tell the students that. I'm like, I know that guy. Let's see if he does this right.
So they're up. So now it's my turn again. I go to the end, and I come to the front, and I come down, and I get on. But I'm still thinking, baby.
Yeah.
All right. So I get the squeeze, and then I really get on it. Dude, the ass end comes up, man. I mean, the rear tire, would you say, like about 10 o'clock?
I was gonna say like 10:30,
Holy
11
shit.
o'clock.
10, 30, 11.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
It
just
was up there.
like
I
this,
literally
dude.
with 8 students standing next to me, I went, oh. and then he like I watched as he released the front brake just a little, and the front tire rolled just a little, so that he could sit that ass end back down. I was like, oh, he made it! Oh my god, he made it! It was awesome.
Nice.
It's-
That's awesome.
And I'm just so Adam, and 'cause every time you come down as an instructor, you need to make sure you have a critique. Hey, thumbs up, now a critique. Adam looks at me. Now, if Adam, you're listening, man, you gotta back me up on this. Adam looks at me and he goes, "Well, I haven't seen that before." And you see the gears are spinning in his head, right? And I just got a big smile on my face, even though I'm like going, "That looked awesome." I know that was freaking awesome looking, but that scared the shit out of me because I wasn't freaking ready for it, right? And he goes, "How about a little less towards the end on that next one?" I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I come back, and I did do less, and that ass end came but now at about maybe 3, 4 o'clock. You know what I mean? It was like, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" And then Adam goes, "You know what? That was a great stop. Okay, you're done. You can park right over there." Oh my God! So. And I mean, the thing is, it's like I did not mean to do it. It's one of those things where you did something, it looked really cool, but you did it by accident. But you know what the blessing is? You didn't crash, and then you try and play it off like going, "Yeah, I meant to do that," but I did not do that. I was like, we were at breakfast, and I'm like going, "Shit, that scared the fuck out of me." I'm just saying, So it'd be interesting to have you done the ARC level 2 yet, Mike?
No, I have not. I was kind of correlating what you were talking about from the IRC, where you crash down in the tank to, scoot your butt back to keep from basically looping out or getting too crazy on a stoppie. But yeah, that's cool to be able to get 100% braking. But finish the story with the big hog. Did you able to get the back end off of?
No, he did not. No,
Okay.
and he wasn't even going to try. You know what I mean?
You can't turn
All
the
right,
ABS
cool.
off on those?
No.
Oh.
But Dave got his tire up a couple inches off the ground. Dan got his tire up a couple inches off the ground. Yep. And then the guy on the Triumph, he couldn't do it. I think he was still apprehensive. He was still like a newer rider. The Triumph, not the Bonneville, but it was like the.
Like
Or
the
was that a
cafe
bigger
racer
cruiser
one?
bike? Or
No, it looked just like the Bonneville. I can't remember what they call it, but it looked almost identical to the Bonneville. But if you looked at the Bonneville, that was it.
my buddy just bought an Indian
Those are nice.
Scout. Oh, those
Yeah,
things are cool.
I
The
like
bobber
those.
one?
Yeah. Those kick ass.
Nice.
I like the Triumph bobber. It's
So
Bon-
Zig,
Bonneville
why don't
bobber.
you just do like when we were kids with BMX bikes? You just stick your feet into the front tire
Oh,
and then jump over the handlebars as you flip it over. I
Hey,
mean,
don't
that
make me
was
grab a
cool,
stick,
man.
bro. I will grab a stick.
right? I do remember doing that. Yeah, you put your foot right there
Yeah.
and just like that. And then grab a stick. I've done that before too. I remember this
Yeah,
kid.
you really
just
wanna
kick your
make
feet
your
to the
buddy
bars
wreck.
and jump off. It's all good and walk it off.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, since you brought that up, what about the days when you sat there and you put you got your mom and dad's deck of cards and put cards in your spokes, to
Spokes,
give that
yeah.
motorcycle.
Hey,
Then
Justin,
they came
get
out
off
with
your
that.
phone.
With
He's
that
dating himself.
then they came out with that little motorcycle adapter thing where you put on your handlebar.
Oh, shit.
Mike, you had one. I know you did.
Oh, I had all kinds of stuff.
don't
Dude, I
know
had
what
those
you're
turn
talking
signals
about.
back in the 70s. I know we're old, huh? Had
Hey, I'll be.
all kinds of things. The bells, the ringers, the whole thing.
I
Hey,
remember the little bells on the handlebars.
Riedell's got
I've
one
got
on.
one on my bike
Yeah,
right
he's
now
got
in the
one on his
parking lot.
motorcycle now.
Yeah, he does. Victory Cross Country's got that little bell right on there.
I've got one on the highball too.
We sat there at a stoplight. Lady walking a kid. Now kids, they
they
kids are
love it.
automatically attracted to motorcycles. When kids are walking across, they're looking at you.
Yep.
And here's Riedel. Ring ring. And the kids are like, what? So it's always a good laugh. Yeah, so that was my stopping moment. But I'm telling you, when I landed that first one, man, and because I wasn't prepared for it, one, and then two, I just don't do stoppies. I mean, can I do one? I can.
I did an accidental one like a month ago.
But I never got my ass off the seat, and I just got done. Because remember, Mike, when we were at the track, I just bought the bike like a few weeks prior, and I didn't get a chance to set the suspension. But I couldn't set it up because I wanted to make sure I was on the track to figure out what I was going to do. And remember how I was showing
Right.
you? It was just like squatting in the corners. There was no rebound, no compression damping. It was like being on a soggy fucking towel, you know. And
yeah,
Ew.
your confidence was lacking with it because of it, unfortunately. Because
Yes,
you're
it-
like not sure. You know, I hate that feeling. The bike isn't set up right.
well, not only that, we had crosswinds of like 40, 50 miles
Jesus.
an hour. And
What are you talking about? I didn't feel anything.
but I just got done before that. A couple of days prior, I completely wrenched my rear suspension to stiffen it up as much as I could, you know. And so when I came down off that thing, dude, I was still sitting on the seat.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my back, dude,
Nice.
it jacked my back up for like 2
I was gonna
weeks
say, how'd
after
your
that.
back feel, buddy?
And it wasn't pleasant. But I'm kind of curious as to when Riedel takes that one, getting that Vic.
R2?
Yeah, getting that Vic off the ground.
I might be able to do it on the highball. Maybe.
Does the
the highball
cross
doesn't have ABS. The cross country does.
the cross country does?
Okay.
Yeah, it says you can't turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're probably not gonna be able to do it.
Right.
So
on
take
the
the
highball,
highball.
I might.
Are the front brakes?
With your
strong
highball,
enough?
you will.
The highball might slide or it might stand up. I don't
Well,
know.
plus you have a longer rake on that.
Yeah,
one.
and it's got they're almost equal wheelbase between the two bikes.
Mike, can you turn your ABS on yours? Turn it off. I'm sorry.
I've not figured out how. I think the only way you can do it that no one's ever given me the secret, but I think you can pull the fuse on it
Yeah, I think that's like the
and
workaround.
override it that way because
That's a
Quinn
bummer.
Redeker, I think I shared that video with you when he was up in Ventura. He was in Moore Park at the BMW dealer doing a little demo. And he's doing stoppies and sliding the bike around. I think I posted that one up about a month ago. But he was doing full-on stoppies with his RTP.
Oh wow.
And I think that's how he's done it. He yanks the fuse out
Well, I guess
from
that
the
will work.
ABS,
Yeah.
and that way it doesn't work.
Right. I've seen Jordy do a stoppie one time. We were sitting there. It was one of those where like we're riding side by side and the light turns yellow. and we're like
And you look at each other like, do we stop or do we run it?
Well, no, it was like we look, like that feedback you get when you ride with someone for
Yeah.
so long. I'm like, okay, I
Thousands of
downshifted,
miles under.
got
there.
on the gas, and that light turned red. And I'm like, and we just got on it, man. And here's Jordy. Now Jordy's not a small guy, and he was on an RVT 1000.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
And so, I slowed my bike down, no problem, 'cause I was still on my my YZF
Yeah.
600, and so it would distribute a lot,
Yeah.
little bit. Jordy brings his RVT, man, just like rap, and then blam, and I look over at him, he's just like what's up?
Yeah, it wasn't intentional, but I was like, ah, fuck it.
You made it look like it was.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I meant that.
I loved that bike. Oh
I did it on
man,
purpose.
It was a great bike.
I'm never gonna find another bike I love that
But
much.
JJ, you haven't taken any advanced courses, man. SoCal Motorcycle Training is having an IRC and an ARC Level 1 January 26th and 27th.
I think it's full already, isn't it?
No,
No, it's
those
not.
are 12.
Oh,
those
it's
are
a
12
different
student
one.
That's the
classes.
Oh,
IRC
okay.
or the beginning one?
There's
The
an
IRC.
IRC on
IRC.
Saturday.
Damn it.
You don't
And then
have to
there's
take the beginning one. You're already licensed.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
I
much.
was hoping you were going to say the beginning one because, like, I'm out of town that weekend.
Oh, lame.
But you know what is a
Lame.
requirement, Dave? To ride your goddamn motorcycle.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Helps if you ride.
Well, right now it's got several things that need to be fixed.
Oh, bummer.
But well, here's what JJ does. When he finally drops his bike off at my shop, he waits. There's like 4 or 5 things. Okay, well, I need tires because the threads are showing.
Shit.
The oil can't even see it in the window, and my big blinker's not working, and
Blinker fluid needed. Everything. You just like 9 things.
Blinker fluid.
He sends me a text. He's like, going, "Hey, Zig, I'm going to drop my bike off. One of the headlights ain't working.
Oh,
I
shit.
need tires. I need this.
Yeah.
I need to. I need a mirror signal
Now
mirror
my
because
thermostat's out again because it's been running hot again.
yeah. So the thermostat's out,
Jesus,
and I closed the garage on my mirror.
Yeah,
and I broke
I,
my mirror.
I broke the mirror myself. That was the biggest dumbass move because I moved the bike.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
loading up
here's
the work
Jordy like,
truck.
oh, there's like 400 miles left on that tire. If I could change them, I don't want them.
So, Mike, go ahead and give us a shout out to Amma.
Adam, what's going on,
No,
brother?
no,
Good to see you at the PDW.
No, Ammo. Give a shout out to Ammo.
AMO,
Yeah, where you work, where you teach.
AMO, Academy of Motorcycle Operation in Pasadena, California. And we also do the Harley Davidson, for Glendale Harley Davidson, we do the Rider Academy for them as well. So, and I'm busy usually with that because I am a Harley rider certified coach. So I'm pretty much always over at Glendale Civic Auditorium doing the training over there. So I love working with the Harleys. Our demographics are really strange out in our area. So we have pretty much everyone from every walk of life, and it's obviously we're trying to boost up, getting millennials and younger generation to ride, because that's our future of our life when it comes to two wheels for everyone involved. And we don't have too much of a problem. We have plenty of 20-some-year-olds come through the class, so it's pretty exciting. Glendale Harley's really on board trying to get riders in through the academy, and they're really pumping up the new riders and trying to bring new blood, new energy into the riding side of it. So it's really exciting for us. But it's fun. It's a fun deal working out there and teaching new riders and getting them, just seeing those skills develop in 2 days, and I would kind of bounce around different things. I always try to sell them on things like, look, at the end of the second day, I said, can you imagine what you guys learned in 2 days? Could you imagine if you could just keep training for 10 days, 20 days, 30 days? I said, that's kind of how it goes when you come back and take extra riding courses. Go check out totalcontrol.net and, take the IRC once you get some time on your bike, and take the ARC 1-2. It just never ends. I mean, the world of two wheels when it comes to training just really never ends out there. It's nonstop, as you guys know.
Yeah, and they have in different areas, because like we talk about SoCal. So if you're in the San Bernardino, the area, that's like the SoCal motorcycle training. There's Ride's having an IRC on January 20th. If you're down towards like the Lake Elsinore, Menifee, something like that, and then David Rusk chimed in, and he let me know it's Riverside Harley Riding Academy. Huh. That's the one we were talking about earlier with Jim, that I took the ARC Level 2 with. Jim's a great rider, great guy too, and he was at the track day with me and Mike also, prior to our PDW. I mean, there was actually I think half the guys there were actually owners of sites. Am I correct, Mike?
There's a lot. Yeah, I know Jim that owns Motorcycle Rider Training. What is it, MTRC and Cerritos. He was out there with us running around. So
yeah, there's quite a few.
It was a bunch of them.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a lot of fun. And then we had my great buddy Larry Misman, my brother from another mother, who's out in Camarillo. He does the IRCs and the ARC levels out there at the airport, which is awesome. So yeah, they're all over. It doesn't matter where you live. There's going to be some type of advanced training on there, and you got to do it. That's one of the things that I love about going from the old curriculum to the now. It's the Total Control training curriculum, is that there's so many offerings. The old curriculum said, okay, well, we would like to implement advanced training. And then when they did have it was like one a year. Total Control training, there's not only do they do them more than just once a year, they have more levels. I mean, not only do you get to, after you do the ARC Level 2, you go to a track clinic and have fun. You went to the track clinic. Am I correct,
Rito? Track clinic.
Yes, which is different than the track day thing for the instructors. That's actually a track clinic.
Yeah, I took the class as a student.
Yes. And that's another thing, is that, when we are talking about these advanced courses, me, Mike Alpine, who's on the phone, Reed Dow, we're actually in there as students. We're not in there as instructors. We go in there, and there are other people, and when they go around the class and do the introduction, it's like, yes, my name is Zig. I'm here because of, I want to learn really more. I just love motorcycling. I ride this. I'm from here. And, my goals are to be a better rider. You know what I mean? And then Mike goes through his whole thing, and Mike doesn't say, hey, I'm an instructor and blah, blah, blah. Because then it just kind of takes, I don't know. I think it's counterproductive on my part.
People don't
people don't do that, right? Are you agree with this, Mike?
Yeah. You definitely need to be a student too. I mean, we can't be like, we teach this and that and we know everything. We really don't. I mean, you never stop learning regardless. I mean, I've been riding the street for 34 years and you never really stop learning. It's constant evolution of new things to learn. and refine, and you just keep refining and taking more classes and building their skill sets.
Well, plus you have, front and rear cameras on your bike, and Michael posts things on Facebook and like new stuff. He's like, wow, look at this one.
Oh, Mike, yeah.
You know,
I love
it's just
watching
like,
Mike's stuff because he's like,
Yeah.
oh look, this jackass cut me off.
Yep.
like
Oh, look
his-
at this guy who
yeah,
doesn't know
run
how to
the-
lean
yeah.
split.
He's narrating what we're all thinking when it
I
happens.
love
like,
it, man.
and then also
Oh,
there's
yeah.
there's also Vince Grieva, who is an instructor for SoCal. He's starting a slow speed class,
yeah.
which Mike, I know you're out here because you do the Gymkhana classes out here
Yeah, Moto Gymkhana and Gymkhana with James Bush.
over at California
You
Speedway.
you gotta. Well, they're all over the place. He's at California Speedway, Camarillo. Also, in 2018, going to be in San Pedro again.
He needs to come down to
Um,
fucking Fontana.
Well,
man.
no, he is, and he's been out here twice. And I said, Mike, the first time he did, he posted. I'm like, going, Mike, you do realize you were 1 mile from my house.
Yeah, you got to drop
And
us a note when you're in Fontana.
And
man.
I was off that weekend. I wasn't even working. And I'm like going, shit. Even though I wasn't set up, I would have went out there and fucking brought some pom-poms and wore a fucking little skirt and cheered his ass on.
Mike, please let him know next time because I'm going to bring the video camera and I'm recording the shit out of that.
I'll bring the tequila.
So, shit, we can
No
go
way,
to,
man! You got to get out there and ride. It's a must-do ride as well. I mean, the second time, or 2 times ago, when I rode Gymkhana out at California Speedway, and they correspond the same weekends with fast track riders. So whenever they're running the fast track on the big track, they're doing Motor Gymkhana on Saturday. Well, there was a girl that got off in front of me off of the 10 freeway at Cherry, which going up to the Speedway, and it looked like she just graduated MTC because it was like she was having a really hard time just starting off. And
geez.
I kind of went by her, and she stopped, and I guess she was stopping to get gas. So the next thing I know, she's rolling into the class. I'm like, oh, that's the girl that I passed on the way up here. I give her a wave and all that. And she had just got her bike, like just started riding. And she was really unsure. And James is like great instructor. He's much like us when it comes to the MTC. You start the crawl, walk, run kind of, status. And he worked with her one-on-one. And by it's like 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., $100, and you're going to learn some new skill sets you never had. And when she left there, it was a totally different rider. I mean, absolutely a 180. Like you can't even imagine if you could have videotaped her riding in and then videotape her riding off and how she was handling the bike. It was just mind-blowing. But that's what you'll develop in the slow speed Moto Gymkhana cone patterns. I mean, it's just really teach you a lot about handling the bike.
right, and which is where Vince Grieva, because he's teaming up with Dave Woods from SoCal Motorcycle Training, and Dave Russ asked when they were having it, and I didn't get a set date.
No, it's coming. It'll be January or February.
Yeah,
something
they
like
said
that.
January, February, and I'm pretty sure that you can probably go to SoCal Motorcycle Training and at least get some info since Dave Woods is going to be involved in this.
Yep, and you can also follow the Facebook page.
Right, and I'm definitely taking it. And one of the things, that I was fortunate enough to do this year, because I always take a learning development, a personal learning development every year. It doesn't matter where it's at. It could be a track day thing. It could be some other, like hypothetically a slow speed thing, whatever it is. Sure. But we have to do it as instructors, period. Mm-hmm. We have to take a personal learning development. This year, it was like one after another. I went with my sons on September 16th. We were with Track Experience, and it's the class. You do 4 sessions, and there's a class after before each session. And you go out on the track and you follow an instructor and blah blah blah. So I was a student, and now I've been going to Willow Springs. I've been ridden on streets, at least several hundred times.
Sure.
But it was great just to humble myself and see someone else's perspective when it comes to the track.
Yeah.
Me and Jordy have been. I mean, when we ride, it's like, dude, we're gonna be tilting that motorcycle over. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it used to be like that.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
I didn't. Like I said, I don't think the last time that I touched knee was the last time that me and Jordy actually before you had
Yeah,
your,
when I
your
had
big
my RC,
accident. Yeah, before he had his the serious accident he had, and I think that affected me, and I think that's why I also calmed down. I went to the hospital and watched my buddy here, one of my best friends. On the verge of life and death, in a coma and on respirators and shit like that, and I'm just like, holy shit, really, maybe I'm not going to say, Jordy, this was a sign, but I think it just really affected me. You know what I mean? It wasn't something pleasant to see.
That didn't help my case because I was always a stubborn bastard and I used to always talk shit. Now I just say, gonna take more than death to kill me, so good luck.
But, that was the last time that my knee ever touched the ground. Literally.
And mine too.
I got close.
And
a
my
couple
head
weeks ago.
and my legs. It all touched the ground.
Wow.
You
That's a little
actually,
too
much.
you went with Adam Herzing.
Yeah.
Mike, have you heard of what's it's called? It's
It's a kart track called Apex Kart Racing out in
In
Paris.
Oh, okay.
a cart track. Mike,
Yeah,
a
it's like a
small
They
kart
drift,
kart track.
don't they?
And so I went out there and
$38.
Adam invited us. And he's like, "Hey man, come on out to the kart track and we're going to ride on the kart track."
Cool.
I'm like, "Okay, what are you talking about?" So I've never done anything like that before. So we went out and we get there. It's like it starts at 10, and for $38, you can bring any bike you want, and you can ride on the kart track. And they have us go counterclockwise, and then every now and then the carts will come out. All the bikes get off the track, and the carts run clockwise, and we just take turns. But really, the carts go out. They run 5 or 10 laps, and then they're done for like 2 hours. So the
Nice.
bikes can run for like 2 hours at a time. And the cool thing was, for $38, you can run until you're tired.
Oh,
some
cool.
of these other tracks, you're paying $200 or $300 for a day, and you have blocked out sessions. So like the A group goes and runs for an hour, and then they're done.
Oh.
And then the B group goes and runs for an hour, and then they're done, or whatever. With the way this worked, when we showed up, it was me and my brother, who had never had any formal training other than the MSF course back in 2008. And he's faster than me in the canyon, so it pisses me off because he has no training. But Adam Herzing was there. Greg Widmar, who's another instructor. I'm not sure who he's certified with, but I know he's certified with a bunch of different places. And then Dan Parks and Bubba from my site, and a few other guys that were also instructors. So basically, it's just a bunch of us instructors hanging out, bullshitting, and riding on this track. And you can't beat it for $38 to go all day. We probably were there from 10 to about 3:30.
Wow.
Just dicking around on
Wow,
the bikes.
nice.
And just
Fun.
taking turns. Like I rode my bike I think I ran probably 100 laps
Jeez.
that day.
Fun.
And I got tired around 2:45. So I was like, "Hey, Adam, take my bike out." And he got on my bike and was dragging me on my big-ass cross-country
Nice.
on this small-ass track. And, of course, the one photograph that's done by a professional photographer
Is him.
is
on your
him on
bike?
my fucking bike. And he's got a beard, too, so it's sticking up under the helmet. All my friends think it's me, so I just let them think that.
Nice.
I'm like,
That's
yeah.
what I would do.
Yeah,
that's
totally.
me. Yeah.
That's
Hell
me right
yeah.
there.
Try that, motherfucker.
It was kind
No,
of like
that
my
was-
unintentional stoppie.
That was
Oh,
a
yeah,
really
no,
cool
totally
experience
good.
because I guess during the week they do that all the time. Where if enough bikes show up, they'll run bikes and carts and bikes and carts,
Oh.
and you can go all day on less than $40.
Wow.
Right.
Man,
Well,
that's
you were
sweet.
also with Bubba and Dan.
Yeah.
Because I was working with Bubba yesterday.
Yeah.
And he was on his Gold Wing.
Yeah.
And he said
Oh,
that
okay.
you guys showed up with your brother's
My brother's on the ST 1300.
1300. You came on your Vic. Dan
Dan Parks
came
is on
on
the
his
BMW.
Bubba shows up on his Gold Wing, and I guess the lady looked at you guys. She says, "I'm like, you're not going to take that on the track, are you?"
She looked at her, she's like,
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we
she's like,
are.
"So what are you guys riding on the track?" And we pointed at the bikes in the lot. We're like, "Those." She's like, "Those?" I'm like, "Yeah, those." She goes, "But they're so big." yeah, they are. Like, so what? And it was
Let's-
funny
let's
because some of
get
the
Zig
other
out there with
instructors,
That's what she told me
No,
last night.
like Adam pulled up and he had his little 250 that I guess he bought off some guy. It's a 250 race bike,
Oh,
full
cool.
slicks with the tire warmers, and it has every fucking piece removed that they possibly could.
Nice.
You can literally pick this fucking 250 up with one arm.
Yeah,
It's
you know
so
what,
light.
Adam? If you're listening, fuck you and your 250.
That 250, and it's funny as shit, dude, because it's got like
That son of a bitch! I swear
No,
to God,
seriously.
dude, made me look fucking stupid on my
He's got
600.
like it's got like little fucking unicorn stickers and shit on it. And every time he gets
Nice.
on it and rides, he's got this shit-eating grin on his face because he's just passing everybody on this clunker of a bike. He'd go out, do 4 or 5 laps, and then come in and have to re-bolt or re-zip tie something. something.
Oh shit.
Because it's falling apart all over the track. It was fucking hilarious. But then he let me get out on it. And so I get out on this little 250. And I'm like, fuck, dude, this thing is so flicky. I couldn't
Yeah.
ride it. Because it was, well, one, it had the GP shift. So the shifting
Oh.
pattern was backwards.
Backwards, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, fuck, I don't know what gear I'm in.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I've never ridden on full race slicks before. And it was so sticky that I had to hesitate like 2/3 longer into the turn before
yes.
I turned. Because on my big heavy bike with regular street tires, it weighs 850 pounds. If I don't start
Wow.
leaning early, I can't pull it over fast enough to flop over. With that 250, it was like, oh shit, I'm on it. Okay, cool. It's on the ground now. That's great.
Right. Hey, by the way, but
good fun.
JJ, are you going to be joining us for track day this year? Or next year?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to say that you're going to need to take the advanced course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go to the track clinic, ARC 1 is
No,
a
not track
requirement.
clinic. We're talking about track days. Me and my boys.
Yeah.
We are. I've already
No, I
got
would
us
recommend
booked
that
up
anyway.
with Track Experience, May through September.
Yeah.
We're going every month.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I would recommend
Mike?
ARC 1 anyway.
Yeah.
Mike, you're joining us too, and I'm going to get James
All right.
Sanner out there too. James Sanner.
All right, let's do it.
James Sanner kicks ass on that fucking Harley.
Fucking XR, dude.
Here was my problem. I had a couple problems when it came to Raven, which is my 04600. One, by the time I was at Horse Thief Mile with Mike and then all the other instructors prior to the PDW, she only had 390 miles on her.
Yeah, brand
So
new bike.
brand new bike. I did not take her above 7,000 RPM. Two,
Zig was afraid to really ride
the
it.
suspension was so freaking soft.
Oh.
I swear, dude, it was like a wet sponge, man. And every time I went in, man, it was just like, man, holy shit! I thought it was sinking into the pavement.
Yeah.
You know.
You know,
And then I got Mike Alpine on this goddamn fucking freight train coming up behind me, and I'm looking in my mirror, and all I see is like he just got all these lights in front, and it's like holy shit. The fuck is
love
behind me, man?
Fucking love it.
It's a meteor. A meteor's falling behind me.
Oh my god, man! I'm like, go ahead, go, man. See you later. Bye.
Yeah, I don't know that whole breaking it in thing. I break it in like I'm gonna drive that fucker.
Oh,
see-
fuck no! I need this bike to last. This is gonna be my track bike. So
Well, see, when I bought
got-
my Victory, and I guess there's different schools of thought on this, because the
Yeah.
dealer I bought my Victory from, I asked him, it had 10 miles on it when I left the parking lot. I was like, how do I break it in properly? He said, beat the piss out of it. I'm like, what? He said, on the way home, you redline that bike in every gear. Ride it the way you intend to ride it.
Oh,
So that when you
No.
go, like when you ride it, you want it to wear in the parts at the places you're normally going to use it. So if you like to cruise at 80 or 85,
Yeah.
get it to 80 or 85. Don't baby it. And I have to say, it sounded like bullshit when I first heard it, but I've put damn near 60,000 miles on that bike in 3 years, and I've
Wow.
never had a single mechanical issue because I beat the fuck out of it. I quick shift on it. I rev match when I downshift. I redline it in every gear up to 6th gear and got up to $120 and hit the limiter, and it's never given me a fucking problem.
oh hell no!
I'm
man.
right there with
That's
you.
nice.
I'm breaking mine in nice because I've ridden with both of you guys. We
Yeah.
try to give a JJ
I'm
ride with us.
telling
This
you.
motherfucker never wants to ride with us. All he wants to go down is
Well,
run around.
apparently he needs tires and mirrors and blinker fluid
Right.
and all types of shit.
Fucking A.
so-
What he wants, he'd rather
I
be
didn't
on.
say I needed tires.
No, he'd rather be
I
at the
probably need
beach.
tires,
He'd
too.
rather be around the beach with a kunga drum naked
Yeah.
with a bunch of hippies. We
It
try
seems
to.
legit.
We are gonna give it JJ to ride with us. But once I'm out there,
Yeah.
I don't. My bike, the RPM never gets below 9,000. But I just can't do it. Mike, what type of tires are you running on yours?
my RT,
Yes,
the Michelin PR4s.
Michelin. Good job. Yeah. See, I had the Pilot Powers on Raven. I love Pilot Powers. They're just the tip in is great. The feedback is great. Once you get that bike leaned over, there's no transition that you're not going to be familiar with. Everything just flows right with it. That's what's great about the
Yeah.
Michelins. I really, really love them. My son is we're building a GSX-R 750 for him, and we got to the point where we're getting to the chassis parts of it, and I can't think of the brand. The Michelin came with a brand new tire. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got very small sipes, and they actually basically look like almost suction cups.
It's not the P4, is it?
No,
Because I was looking
And
at them at the shop. That's right. Yeah.
I'll see if I can pull this one up. But I love Michelins. Michelins are a great tire. I was running when I did the in September. Oh, I never finished that whole thing. So September 16th, I did the track with my sons. Then I did the PDW. Then I did the ARC Level 2. I mean, I got this thing right now, dude, that I'm just like, I'm fiending to learn. I really, really am. Because even when we're at the track with Mike, I was over there picking. I was just trying to be like a sponge on Lee Parks and Bianco and Herzing and all these. I was just trying to sponge off their brain. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, on Bebe, my 1000, we went to the track. Fortunately, it was because we did it in September. It was still hot.
Yeah.
It was like July in September. But the problem with when I'm running the Pirelli Diablo Rosso Corsa, and they take a long time to heat up. They're very unfriendly until you get them up to temp. The tip in is very aggressive. Once you get it leaned over, and then you're transitioning from one side, from like going from left to right, it feels like the bike wants to lift. It's very unforgiving. But 5 laps in, all of a sudden, everything starts to smooth out. I rode Bebe on Saturday, and then it was just freeway all the way down the 15 to Lake Elsinore.
Yeah.
But on the way back, I was like, well, shit, I'm going to take a few side roads.
There are some nice ones over there.
Never got it to temp.
Really?
Yep.
Holy
and
shit.
I did not like it. I just don't like them. I think it's basically a track-oriented tire. I don't think, unless you're going to be, or a summer tire.
Yeah. Well, and I like the Michelin. The one time I ran them on the RC51, but I got fucking 1,700 miles out of the rear tire. I was like, yeah, never putting those back on.
No.
I rode a little aggressively that couple trips.
Well, now, I mean, the tire that I normally sell at my shop, because most of my customers are commuters.
Yeah.
So I do the percentage of commute time and fun time. And now the JJ, we're running on yours, I think we're running the Verge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but with him, you got to factor in the percent of it's just sitting in my fucking garage getting shit broken time.
Well, actually, he does
My
run.
main riding style is just commuting. Like I don't go like canyon car.
you do ride that?
So it's just like.
I literally didn't think you rode your bikes up here once in a while.
But what do you think though as the Verge? I mean, I love the tire as far as the commuting, but it heats up really quick, and when you get down the road, you can lean over into the corner. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's good. It has good stickiness even when it's cold, but I can tell I am like flattening it some just from the freeway style riding.
But it's solid rubber down the middle of the tire. The sipes don't cross over in the center.
Yeah, the Verge was a nice tire. I just switched back to the Battle Axes because I wanted to try higher mileage.
No, because you're fat.
Oh, that too.
The Battle Axes are nice. I do like them.
I
the
can't
Verge is
stand
cheaper.
Battle
I've been really
Axes.
happy with
Battle Axes are
the
a hunch of
Dunlop
shit.
Elite.
I've always
4s.
loved the Battle Axes on the CBR.
Dude,
It's just
Bridgestone hasn't.
Dude, I used to run.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Even when it's cold, they're super sticky. I've never had problems with them. Never slid out like when I'm doing downshifting because mine doesn't have the zipper clutch. Well, you know that. You got one now too. So
I've
I'm always like,
never been able to get a Bridgestone to cooperate.
Really?
Mike, have you had a Bridgestone cooperate with you?
Oh, dude, no. My wife's Ninja 1000 has the Battle Axe, and they suck, dude. I did not like the feedback.
See,
and the
that's
feel.
so
It
weird.
got real mushy to me, and the front end wanted to push a lot, and I really didn't like that feeling. My Kawasaki Concourse, it had Dunlops on it when I got it, and I couldn't get those tires off fast enough. That thing, you must be riding on marbles.
Hater.
It was like riding on marbles.
Oh,
that thing
shit.
was ridiculous. And the same thing, just like you're talking about.
Yeah.
Until you got them red hot, they wouldn't stick. And then I went from there to the Michelin PR4s and Pro Road 4s, the GTs, because you have to have the higher or stiffer sidewalls because of the weight of the bikes. But man, I call them Velcro tires. Hot, cold, wet, dry. Those things are amazing, just amazing. Even 2-up, when my wife and I go ride 2-up, it's amazing. There's absolutely no wiggling, no like yeah, I'm not really sure. It's just
Right.
unbelievable how well they stick. And then in the rain, because I commute every day, rain or shine, hot or cold, I gotta have the confidence of knowing in the rain
Oh yeah.
that I can stop on a dime when I need it. And having the
Absolutely.
sipings that the PR4s have is a really good comfort zone for me, knowing if I got to get on the brakes, that I can still stop in a good distance. That's
Right.
It's all about what works for you.
Right, exactly. You know, and people don't take the consideration, you know, the motorcycle. They think,
Right.
okay, well, if this tire works good on a CBR 1000R, doesn't mean it's going to work
Yeah.
on a BMW dresser. It's not
Nope.
going to work the same as on a Vic. Dave Rusk, you know what, Dave? Let me tell you something, buddy. He sent me back because we were talking about tires on the track, and then he said, because I guess when I was on my suspension, he goes, "Is that why I passed you?"
Oh, damn it!
Hey Dave, I want you to go on
Low blow,
YouTube,
low
Chaotic
blow.
Radio Live, and this one right here, this one's for you. Okay.
Yeah, Zig, he was passing on his ultra limited, dragging the floorboards as he went around you on the outside. Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Dude, Dave is a fucking bat. Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's no joke.
Dude, he rides his Harley, dude, like
I get
dude,
a
I'm
kick out of
telling
him
you.
because him and Mike and I are the only three guys I know that ride around the track with our stereos blaring.
That would just
Because
bug me.
we get in the mood, man. We get the right music going, and you're hitting that track and hitting those curves. The music helps.
Yeah.
Right.
You get in the
Yeah.
zone.
And then, you know, it's
Telling
it's
you.
it's
I
tough
agree.
trying to pass Dave because I'm sitting there. I went off the track and I got some feedback. And then I went to hot pit and I came back out. Dave's so I'm trying to pass him, and we're coming down, you know, a 12, 13, and going into one, and he's got a lot of torque on that thing. So I'm like, okay, I seen his weakness in turn 2, going into little chicane, turn 2, 3, and 4. That's right, Dave. You forgot to mention that one, didn't you? Before I turned into turn 5 and said, "Kiss my ass." But I'm telling you, I swear to God, dude, I've never seen anybody ride a fucking Harley like that.
Yep.
Dave's good. But we do have to take a break. Mike, stick around. You know, make sure your phone's charged up, okay, brother?
All right, I'll try to stay on here. I'm actually at work driving the truck, you know, doing my thing out here, moving the freight for America. So I'm in the yard. I'm dropping hook a trailer, but I want to get back out here. And,
Well,
just at you guys some more.
Yeah, try to stick around, dude. We're gonna take a 5-minute break. I gotta take a piss, and I'm gonna smoke, a joint. I mean, a cigarette, and we'll be back here with the Zig Zone, Biker Alley, and 2 and 2.
There's bad radio, good radio, and chaotic radio. In that order.
Which is this one? Which is that one? Don't push your red button.
If I have Mike on the phone, is he still going to come through in the conversation if I do Facebook Live, or is that still part of the whole music?
No, I think it's fucked up. Like Ryan's show was fucked up yesterday. He just messaged me and said none of it came out. Now when I went on YouTube tonight, some fucker had pressed the button and there was no audio. I fixed it straight away, and I'm wondering if that no audio there is affecting that. You can try it. You can plug him in your phone and go Facebook Live, right? And I'll turn it on and I'll be able to tell you straight away.
All right, well, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm just gonna do it because he's only saying a couple things anyway. So
All
fuck
right,
it.
do it.
All right.
But you know you got the machine. Bring your machine out and plug it in. That's
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good to go. It's right here. Boom, and then.
Yeah, and we'll see.
Yeah, no, we're good.
That'd be good if you can do that for me.
I just need the. Where's the little tripod out? There we go. Okay. So let's see.
Things have been going wrong all night tonight. Like some fucking song was playing instead of the commercials for the last 2 minutes.
Huh?
Ah, well. I'm going to go get some vino. And then I'll be happy.
Get yourself some.
That's you just push the spring up. Put the top of your phone on the. There you go.
Oh, and see, someone's been fucking with this and left it on.
Turn your mic off for a minute.
When the normal BS just won't do. ChaoticRadio.com.
With my mind inside. because I am frowning all the time. I bet nobody can even knew this. That do you guys think that Ozzy was the main songwriter of Black Sabbath? No, he wasn't. He was not.
Did you know that? Because apparently we all knew that.
Bill Ward was the drummer.
Don't
Oh,
be
shit,
getting any
I thought
ideas,
Tony
Zig. You don't
was.
write songs, bitch.
Does that say that we're live now, right?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, it just
Yep.
popped up on my phone.
So we're Facebook Live. We're still working out the bugs when it comes to having the sound that we're listening to, like the music's going through the board. But at least you can hear us talking shit. This is a Zig Zone. It is Biker Alley. We do have Mike Alpine on the phone. You are still there, right, Mike?
I am here.
Okay,
Hello.
very good. Unfortunately, people can't even hear you. But
they can if they're listening on
but-
Chaotic.
But if you are listening, remember, we are still live on YouTube. You can go to Chaotic Radio live now. And we've already had, we've got a bunch of hits now. Look at this.
They can just max it out, get the
Yeah.
Chaotic app, and listen to it there. They can have it on YouTube and Facebook Live all at the same time.
Yeah. And download the app on your phone. You can sit there. James Sander, motherfucker, he does security, man. Shit, I know. It's like almost, it's like 8 left 8. It can't be that busy when you're walking around security. You're not trying to shoot anybody right now. Just
Jack
saying.
off.
Okay, but I do have a shot of tequila in my hand, and cheers for JJ.
Cheers.
Because the guys in front of us don't fucking drink.
Hey, how dare you?
You say it like it's a bad thing.
No, right?
No, I did. No, I did. Did not. So, I'm just kind of trying to figure out how it is, or figure out how it is. Trying to see how long my phone lasts. I know I don't have as much because we weren't really prepared to do Facebook Live, but since we're doing it right now, hey, look who it is, and look at it, it's a JJ. Everyone, I've had different people tell me what is the JJ? What does a JJ look like?
What?
Looks like
Are
that.
you kidding me?
It looks like that right there.
Who would ask what a JJ looks like?
I swear to God, man.
We know they're not our friends.
I phrased it wrong. They said, "What does the JJ look like?"
Oh.
Okay.
Well, generally
phrase it
it's like a.
Just cut a peach in half and figure it out.
Yeah, see the way
Fucking
I
dumbasses.
heard it was, "What does the JJ look like?" Well, let me see.
God.
Let me go ahead and take all my fucking twigs and berries and throw them into legs and stand in front of you. That's
Let's
what a JJ
not.
looks like.
Let's not ever talk about that again. God.
You mean
What?
about summer
Everybody
purple,
loves
summer
the
pink?
JJ.
Okay. I mean, even though the people on Facebook Live can't hear this, I'm just gonna because one thing I did
They can hear
earlier.
you speaking through the
I
mic on
said-
the phone.
What's that?
They can hear you through the mic on the phone.
Is
It's just not going through the board, but they can hear what you're saying. And
yeah, no, they can hear me.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so Mike, I'm gonna ask you.
No,
a
they
real,
can't hear
I'm,
Mike.
I'm gonna. That's why I just said
Mike.
You
Fucking
see?
JJ.
this. How this fucking guy has managed to be my co-host for the last year plus. I'm telling you.
It's because I couldn't do it anymore.
It's
That's
because
all.
of the
Tequila.
tequila. Stop lying.
Right.
Just,
So, Mike, I'm gonna ask you a personal question, man, and I want a complete honesty out
Lie.
of you because I'm gonna tell the people on Facebook Live. Earlier, what I did is I said that I tucked my member and the berries in front of a mirror in between my legs just to see what I would look like if I was a female. Have you ever done that?
This is motorcycle. This is biker alley, you
No, no,
motherfucker. Leave that shit out of here.
Oh no!
Sometimes you get smushed when you're on the bike. Like, didn't your
No,
Jack
that's
smush on the
very
bike?
true.
Done it.
There's been once or
In
twice
my
I've sat on the old
recent,
ball.
Mike, go
Not
on.
not my not in my recent adult life, but I've done it. I have done it just to
Yeah, well, Zig did it like 3 days ago. That's the fucking
yeah.
problem.
No. I
And 2 days ago, and
I
a month
admit it.
ago, and today.
I admit I did that when I was younger. I was kind of curious what I look like if I was a female.
I don't
You would be
think I've
really
ever
ugly.
done that. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever done that.
Not me.
I mean, I've tucked my dick in some places, just not between my legs.
You see, here's the deal when it comes, to me. I'm a fucking open book. Yeah, it doesn't matter. People will not admit things
Wow,
because
that's
they
a
have
nice
these.
choice of words right there, man.
Yeah, we'd appreciate it if you closed your book, bro.
You know, I'm kind of curious. Those of you that are on Facebook Live, you know, go on my post. I want to know how many of you fucking guys have been. Let's just be really honest. How many of you done that fucking thing, man? Not just all you biker boys. Let's fucking see how much balls you really have to say, you know what? Yeah, you know, I'm a big bad biker, but you know, I stood in front of the mirror with my twigs and berries through my legs.
No, fuck
just
that.
to see.
No. You don't have to be a badass.
Oh,
No, that's
just-
not how that fucking works. That's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
Now
That's-
we've crossed this boundary.
No,
Whoa.
that's fucking weird.
Only because Redow is in fucking denial. See,
No,
Jordy.
No,
It's
I'm
because
not.
it's because
You
his
mean
mom
denial?
listens to the show. That's
No,
why.
I'm totally fucking
Jordy-
comfortable, but that's no.
Jordy didn't
Some
say
shit
he.
is just weird.
Jordy didn't deny it.
I
Jordy
just-
can't fucking
didn't
remember
admit it.
because of brain
well, I
damage.
can't fucking. I don't think I've ever done it.
Right, he doesn't fucking.
If I remembered it, I'd tell you. I
he
just
got his
literally
noggin
don't
bonked.
know.
No, you know I've done some weird shit.
Actually,
like,
probably when I was like 4. I probably
no,
did.
like I'll admit to putting on my chick's heels and trying to walk to see if I could because she walked like
Really?
a fucking.
I've
You
never
ever-
done that one
no,
either.
You ever seen a
Wait.
chick that
You,
walks like a
you
newborn-
did what?
No, hang on.
You put your chick's heels on?
Of course,
Yeah.
if you've seen how
'Cause-
large of a
oh,
man
yeah,
I
'cause
am,
they were talking
I'd be
shit.
worried about me if I
No.
was dating girls. That
My
big.
friends were talking shit about my chick because she looked like a newborn giraffe because she didn't have the balance
fuck?
right. This was my ex, right? She didn't look like she knew how to walk in heels, and I was like, it can't be that fucking hard. And she's like, it is that fucking hard. I'm like, let me see them. So I put the heels on and tried to walk to
It
the
was
living
hard,
room,
wasn't
and
it?
I fucking ate shit. So now I have a whole new respect for women wearing high-heeled shoes.
Yeah, but did she
Yeah.
look good naked?
And did
Yeah.
you?
Then
and
why
did-
the fuck did she have heels on in
Especially
the
with
first
the
place?
heels on.
and did-
Justin was looking like a Sasquatch with
yeah,
heels, right?
Yeah, I was doing that fucking long lumbering walk like from the fucking side view. You know what I'm talking about?
and were the twigs and berries hanging out?
In my jeans, like a fucking normal dude.
Oh no, I put
No,
heels on,
no,
but I
no.
had pants on,
I'm
so
not.
back off.
I'm not doing the
Ziggy
fucking.
had
No,
tucked.
I'm not
He
doing
had
the fucking
tucked while he
Buffalo
put the
Bill.
heels on.
Like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. No, get out of here with that shit. Nobody. No.
You
No.
know. Let me
That's
tell you
fucking
something.
weird.
I went to try to
Now you're
put
worried about
heels
weird.
on, and dude, my foot is so fucking wide,
I was
dude.
gonna say, yeah.
I couldn't even get in. So that means you must have petite feet.
10 and a half. That's my.
What are you
shoe size,
saying,
10 and a
Zig? You
half.
couldn't get it in? What?
He's saying his feet was too wide. He couldn't get. I was gonna say it must be that 2-inch dick wheelbase difference.
I
No.
I'm backing him up. I was like, because I was in a conversation with my boy's mama, and she's like, going, "Hey, if you think it's so easy," because I said something, and of course,
Well, yeah,
it's
'cause
like,
guys
You're
do
a
that. We
fucking
just say
smart ass
shit.
because we know
yeah, because
everything.
we're men, we're fucking dumbasses. And she's like, "Oh, why don't you put these on and see if you can walk on them?" Let me see them. I couldn't even get my feet in them. I'm like, going, how am I supposed
That's
to do
why
that?
our lifespan sucks because of the things we do. Right?
We'll do all the dumb shit trying to prove ourselves right.
See, I wouldn't be able to
there.
put somebody's heels on because I'd be the guy that like was trying to walk in somebody's heels, fell, hit my head, and died.
No, see, the
I
reason,
die a dumb way like that. Not a cool way. I totally die a dumb way like that.
probably because the only fucking heels that you could fit your fat fucking foot in
Yeah.
is Sasquatch's old lady fucking
Yeah.
high heels.
Well, yeah, I mean that is kind of a rule. If you wear heels big enough to where I can fit my feet in them, you ain't coming in my fucking bedroom.
Dude, you fuck anything. Fuck off.
Oh, fuck you.
Anyways, so
He
Way
forgot his
over
inhibitions
time.
along with most of his memories.
So I've never done heels, but I'm pretty sure if I did, I would totally rock them.
and I
Shut up, dude.
Shut up, Dave. Right back on the murder list. Right?
And you know what? And this is not off the topic of actual what guys. I don't care if you're a biker or whatever, but it's not off the topic of what guys actually talk about. We're stupid.
Yeah. you
Hey,
can
don't
say
fucking
that.
include me in that shit.
But the thing is, we entertain ourselves.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh, that's right. That's what I
very
tell
true.
people when I'm telling them about our radio show. I'm like, just tune in, listen to
Yeah.
a bunch of guys acting stupid, drinking tequila.
We're dumb, but we're fun.
Right.
Well, and
Yeah.
here, Zig's giving me shit about every time I pass a pretty girl looking at her, and he's over here talking about tucking his dick in between his legs and looking in the mirror. Now I know why.
No. Let me tell
Hey,
you.
I love women. Fuck off.
Well, that's okay. Hey, Mike, check this out, man. I don't know if you ever seen any of my posts, man. Jordy, here's my buddy Jordy. We're riding down the freeway, dude. I swear to God, man, he's like some kind of fucking creepy fucking stalker, dude. He he sees a chick and he slows down and he just starts riding next to her.
Hey, you got to get a
And
good scope.
And he's looking down at her. And I mean, if I was a chick, I'd be like,
I'd be flattered.
What the hell is this guy?
No, I'm with Jordy on this.
No, but
dude.
wait, I'm not done. I'm not done. But I swear on my children, dude, I've watched that some bitch just looking down, not saying a word.
Well,
and then
I got a
pull
motorcycle
over,
helmet on.
and then pull over and get a goddamn phone number.
Hell yeah. Yeah. You know why?
Because you got to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, because he's riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, well, it's
every-
definitely ain't because I'm pretty. It must be because
no,
I'm smart.
No,
because every
you're
fucking
not
idiot, any idiot can get in a car and drive down the road. Not skillfully, mind you. Like, it takes some effort to be a race car driver or an autocross guy or something like that, or a drifter. But any idiot can get in a car and drive, and probably crash. Not every idiot can get on a motorcycle. Everybody on the road knows that riding a motorcycle takes some kind of skill. So you
Only
get a
the
couple
best
different kinds of
idiots.
people on the road. You get the ones that are pissed off at us because we're cooler than them. And every now and then you get the chick that'll flash her titties out the window.
I love that.
And Jordy's just waiting. Every time he pulls up next to the car, he's like, "Are you one of the titty girls?" I know, because I still do it. Especially if you're headed to Vegas. If you're heading to Vegas on a Friday or a Saturday, you know damn well those
Car
chicks are
full of
blitzed
girls.
in that car
Yeah.
and they're going to go party.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
come on, just lift your shirt real quick. We all fucking do it.
Hey, you know what, Dave, Mr. Harley, he just sent me a message. He's thinking about getting a sport bike.
I
Which
saw that.
one? Which one?
Yeah,
That's because he wants to
tell
race
us.
you on the track with it.
Tell us which one.
That's
We wanna know.
that's all right. But see, thing is, I didn't have Bebe with me. It would have been different. Actually, you know what? It's kind of hard, because Horse Thief Mile is not really a race track. It's not. And to go see now Adam Herzing and I think that's Mike.
It is.
Adam Herzing and Lee Parks, Fear and all these instructors at Christine and Dave Bianco, dude, they go on that track on Horse Thief Mile, which is typically not a track. Dude, that's like their home away from home. I mean, they know
They're there
that.
all the
Can they
fucking
utilize as a track? Yes, they can.
You could probably
get
use
guys
one
like
of the
me
little
and
300s
Mike
on
and
it.
Redial that, and Larry. Well, actually, Larry was pretty good. Larry Misman, he was pretty good on the thing. But we go out there, we're just like, okay, great. But I don't look at it as a track when I go on there. I look at it as a time to kind of like hone things.
It's a training ground,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I go in later?
Sure.
And I try to go in later. I try to go in, sooner. You know what I mean? It all depends. Now, Dave. Let's figure out what kind of bike you can get. And I think the only one that's going to carry your fat ass around is going to be a 1000. So you better get a 1000 because when you do that, I'm going to break Bebe out and we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm just telling you, buddy boy. Challenge me.
He says I'm working.
Challenge
he says
me.
I'm working on getting a little.
I want
sport
to sell
Show.
them.
Yeah,
I want to sell them on a Beamer, S1000RR.
Dude.
There you go.
Those are nice.
My-
Oh, those.
I
Oh boy.
I considered buying one, but my mechanic talked me out of it.
Well,
Expensive
it's
to
got,
work on.
well, yeah, they got so much shit going on. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I mean, you don't need that. You know what I mean?
No,
It's-
but I
it's-
sure enjoy the fuck out of it.
Whenever is it
Right?
about need when you're buying a bike like that?
But they're great bikes. My son Drake, my younger son, he wants, and that's his dream bike.
Oh yeah.
So, but they're great, but there's. I mean, I think there's a fine line. We actually part of the things we talk about when in the advanced course is the
Outrighting your own
technology
ability,
of the bikes. And we actually talk about it at the PDW. I don't know if I wasn't in the same group that will read out. What did you well see me and Mike Alpine weren't in the same group either.
No.
So, but we got to talking about the different, technologies when it comes to bikes. We talked about the brakes.
Sure.
Myself, I mean, Mike, you being of the same genre, I'm not going to say age,
Yeah.
but the same genre as me. There
Or
was
genre.
the ABS, fuel injection, all that shit.
That's
Rider
how Zig
modes.
says genre.
But there was nothing, dude. Genre.
Is that like
Genry.
is that like Jen and Henry? Genry.
Uh-huh.
See, here's the thing. I got one finger for one each year, and I got two for you.
Well, that's good. Thousands of miles, baby.
But now, me personally, my first bike was my first street bike was a 76 CB360T. My second bike was a 78 GS750E. You're right. And when you rode those bikes in the twisties, I'm telling you, it had 33 millimeter forks on my 750, and the bike weighed like fucking, like 600 pounds.
You had to
know
make
what I mean?
them do things.
Yeah. And the tire technology then was like dog shit. And not to mention
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
widest
forget about it.
the widest rear tire was a 350, 3.50, baby. That was it.
Wow. It's a goddamn bicycle.
So right. So Mike and I came from an era of there was no frills. You know what I mean? It was like, dude, it was either you and your talent or you over the cliff. Am I correct, Mike?
Yeah, it's like 3 inches of travel and just the harshest suspension ever. And yeah, it was how about the vibration back in the old school bikes? The vibration was hurt. That make it hurt.
Yeah, it was like a dildo with
God.
freaking wheels, man.
Dude, my first bike was a 78.
I think I'm gonna buy me another one.
Zig's gonna go tuck his dick in between his legs and get on a dildo to ride.
I still have.
We had drum brakes. We didn't have
Oh,
disc brakes
fuck
in the back.
that.
There were drum brakes. It's like you had to put your feet down to help stop the bike
Yeah.
because it just wouldn't stop.
Right?
Flintstones.
Yeah, the total Flintstones
Yeah.
thing, man. So I'm not a big. I mean, I love that like my 1000 has the HESD, which is a Honda electronic steering damper.
It's automatic,
when it first came out, I didn't buy Bebe till 2009. But when it came out, I was like, wow, that is something I probably wouldn't want. I don't want technology controlling me. But I have to admit, when I do get her leaned over and I am hard on the gas, it kicks in and it actually works. But, with all the traction control and this and the blah, 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 I don't know, man. I just, because for JJ, your bike's like no frills. It's you are in control of the motorcycle. Am I correct?
Yep.
You don't need all this stuff to control yourself. If you don't have anything outside of ABS on your Vic. You don't have traction control and
No.
But they use it.
Does yours have slipper clutch? Do you know? I don't know.
No idea what
I have
that
no idea
means.
either. Oh, you
It
don't.
means the rear tire doesn't go squeal
doesn't
when you pull the
chatter.
clutch too much when you're downshifting.
No, it means like if you get down into a gear and let the clutch out, your tire doesn't skip. It doesn't chatter.
It might have a slipper clutch then, because I rev match and downshift on that thing all the time, and I've never had it break loose.
Okay, because Raven doesn't have it. Bebe does. Raven doesn't have it. And I was coming downhill. Actually, as a matter of fact, Mike was behind me. Shit. We're coming out of turn 5. This fucking
Don't
freight
do it in the
train is
corner.
behind me, right? And he's like barreling down. I go, God damn! It's like like here's like a fly, and then here's this huge spider, behind you, right? And so now you're coming downhill. So now you have kinetic energy behind you, and I'm trying to brake as late as I can. And I downshift, and it still got the stock gear ratio. And as soon as I let that clutch out, dude, it was like, and I'm like, oh shit! And actually, that's one time when Mike passed me. I came out of the corner. Mike came up, said, "Oh, see you later, buddy."
Yeah.
What is going on, man?
I mean, I swear to
man.
God, I thought I was gonna go out and crash right there, dude. I swear to God. Did you think that I was gonna crash right there?
No, I don't think it didn't look as bad as it felt. I
Yeah.
think it didn't really look that bad. I'm sure it felt really bad, but it didn't look that bad. I just thought you were just pushing it really hard into the corner. I thought, hey, look at that, man! It's pushing it now.
That rear suspension
Nice.
on the Honda eats up a lot, though. Because I've had mine completely sideways, finding a surprise puddle while I'm going on a long turnaround. And just the entire rear end just shot right out from under me, and I thought it was going to high side me, but it just like went right back up. I was like, "Whew, that was lucky."
Well, I mean,
Wow.
yeah, that's one thing I love about Hondas is that if something starts to go wrong, you can stay committed, and they won't waver majority of the time. I mean, that's why you're with your RVT.
Oh, dude,
Jordy.
I loved that RV.
I've watched Jordy go into a corner, me and him were like hot in the corner, just competition, baby. And his rear end stepped out right from him. All I seen was smoke come off the rear tire. And all she did, and when you're watching this, everything slows down. Time slows down. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, Jordy, don't back off the throttle. You know?
Do I seem
And-
like a guy that backs off the throttle?
And it starts slipping, and all you're doing is just seeing his rear tire spinning. He's like, oh yeah, and then he takes off, and then of course, then we get a few corners in, and then a couple Ducatis are on the opposite direction.
Sure.
What does this fucking guy do? This guy, I swear to
around
God,
and
this
chase
is I'm not making this up. We came around a corner, and it was a sweeper, and we're going in. We're probably doing 100 something. Oh, should I be saying this on the air?
Who cares? It was so long ago.
It's too late now.
Yeah. So we're humming, okay? And a couple Ducatis are going. Once we
4 to be exact.
right, so
Nice.
we haven't started straightening up yet, and a couple Ducatis are going the opposite direction, entering the turn. And this freaking guy, man, as soon as he straightens up, he just nails his brakes, dude. Outside of doing a stoppie, and here I am getting on the gas, and I'm like on it. And this guy's braking to make a U-turn to go chase down a Ducati. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then here I am, and I knew what he was going to do. So I knew he had to go to the right. So here I like, forget it. I just went in the oncoming lane. It's roll like this and went around him. and then I'm like, and then I slowed down, turn. He's gone. He's just like, Ducati, it's like a dog with you throw a piece of bologna in a backyard, you know, the dog's gonna like rush for it. And I'm like, oh shit. And then of course we have a bunch of people coming up and that were in our group that we left, obviously. And I'm like, okay, well, let me wait for the group. And then here I am. I pick one guy, go ahead, keep everybody going forward. I'm gonna turn around. And here I am. I'm coming around the corner, and then I'm leaning into the left, and here comes Jordy to the right. And we're looking at each other while we're mid-corner, just lean the fuck over. Go, hey,
Nice.
I'm telling you the stories, you know, the many miles, you know.
I'm telling you, I've
we've
never
got a
had
lot of
I've
great
never had
stories.
guys riding so hard until somebody came up on them and then they all just waved me by. They're like, "Oh no, just fucking go."
Nice.
But you know what an RVT is, right, Mike?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, good stuff, man.
The big V twin,
sound.
you know. And I'm telling
Oh,
you,
yeah.
that was the bike to have.
I would
You-
trade that
you
in
had
for
one
my
of those.
girlfriend right now.
Right.
Just not even trade, just fuck it. Take her.
Right, because V
Just
twin,
the sound alone is worth it, you know. like,
Yeah.
come on.
it was with the dual exhaust, just
Oh.
fat.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah, and so every time that, because you know Ducati was all in the big hole. Oh well, you know we run a V8, we can't compete, you know, with a 1000 inline four, so we have to run a 1000 with the 600 class. Fuck off, really?
I thought that was Buell.
No, that
Oh,
was
they
Ducati.
tried
Dude.
to.
Sorry, Ducati was the big bitch maker, dude.
Oh,
and
man.
so, but I mean, even like Redow's Vic, I'm telling you, those things have a lot of goddamn torque,
Yeah.
man. We've already told the stories
told this
before,
story.
but I'm telling you, I'm on my 1000 CBR, and I get my R's up, and I'm getting them. I know I need my R's to be up before the corner, so I can ride the entire curve without having to shift.
Yeah.
And Redial is on the gas on his Vic, leaned over, going up Highway 18, and he's pulling. Now I'm in a inline four at about 9,500 RPM. And he's probably going to be at probably about 4,500 RPM and
I
just
redline at 6.
pulling that. Yeah, right. And it's just pulling. And I'm like, holy shit, that's a lot of fucking torque on those things. man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it starts before you're even at 2,000 on those things. It's just like a freaking
That bike
18
can pull a
wheeler.
fucking trailer and still
Yeah.
corner.
Right?
No joke, man. They're built for that shit.
Now on yours is the opposing. It's the opposing four. Am I correct, Mike?
No, 2-cylinder.
Oh, the
Opposing
opposing
two.
twin. Right. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
Why did I say opposing four?
The-
They don't
the-
have an opposing four.
No. Mechanic,
What's in the
Because
S1000RR?
You see that? Facebook Live. That's how much fucking I know. Really?
He
The
knows more
boxer
when he's
motor, man,
sober.
been around since 1923, so
Holy shit.
thing is
Damn.
bulletproof.
Opposing four. You know, I'm not going to save myself. I'm just going to leave myself fired right now. Yeah, but
Sounds about right.
it's amazing how much torque they have coming out of these. You know, the twos and the triples now.
Yeah.
Really
Ooh, I like the
amazing.
triples.
Well, remember, I came off of a Kawasaki Concourse, which is a 1400,
Those are
and that
nice.
thing is, it's basically a fat ninja of the ZX 1400.
It's a tire eater.
All right, and oh yeah, I mean the thing is, it is wicked fast fun. I mean it is absolutely 0 to hyperspace and right now kind of speed.
Yeah. And speaking of looking like a spider,
Yeah, right. So I felt like going from the 1400 to the 1200. Will I be that wanting? I wish I still had that power. You know what? The 2-cylinder 1200, it's like 134 horse, and it stands right there with it. I mean, it's a little bit. The ZX was a little bit, or the ZG 1400, the Concourse. That it was a little bit faster, but just the handling of the RT is so much different in the torque factor of that motor. It can hang right there with it. I mean, it's amazing how much power that 2-cylinder boxer motor puts out. And I remember in 2014, they went to a water jacket version of it, which is what mine has, and it makes a huge difference. So that's, same thing I'm doing in Harley now. They're starting going to water jackets into the motors and makes a huge difference. And engine temperatures, they're not getting really hot when you're at, summertime at a stoplight, and it develops more horsepower.
that's a lot more.
But it's an
horsepower
awesome
than
machine,
I thought
man.
you would have in a twin.
Yeah.
Like compared to the
Yeah.
some other twins, it's probably about twice as much horsepower.
I like twins.
And
Yeah.
twins.
It's the twin show.
I just got that. That was a
You're
complete
welcome.
fucking delay.
So another shot of tequila.
I like V
Yeah.
twins.
Pretty much. I like twins.
Oh,
Never
man.
had twins. But I want to.
Oh, good stuff.
Jesus.
I do
Oh,
want
Hey,
to.
but on a serious note, Zig, can I take this on just a quick serious note for all riders that are
No.
listening?
No.
Yes, you may, my
Being
friend.
that I drive a truck, it just horrifies me to see bikes riding around 18-wheelers. Please stay away from trucks. There's no reason to be around them. I mean, obviously getting on the freeway, getting off the freeway, yes, kind of have to work with them.
Yeah.
But I've seen guys just riding next to them and riding next to me, and I'll speed up, slow down to get a bike away from me. But man, it's like something out of Road Warriors. Big tires right there, man. You have one little
Yeah.
screw up, someone makes a lane change and bumps you. That's bad news. What the worst part is, these big old huge tires, when they blow up, which they do
Yeah.
quite often, you see parts of them all over the place. And they're like 100-pound chunks of rubber flying at velocity, and it tears like parts off the trailers, like mud flaps and steel bars and all kinds of things get tore off the trailers and flung at cars and everything else. But
They did an episode
man,
of MythBusters about that, where they
They
had
did.
the blowout truck tires,
And
and
they
they
had a
showed that you can
mannequin that
actually
blew the
rip the
fucking
fucking
mannequin.
head off a mannequin.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, that was very
Yeah.
common back then.
Oh,
But
yeah.
especially the older wheels, the wheels would break and it would decapitate people. They lose arms, legs,
Yeah.
all kinds of bad stuff. But yeah, stay away from trucks, man.
Well, I won't
It's
even
just
stop
insanity.
at trucks.
Well, not only that, trucks. There's a lot of blind spots,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and what you need to do is, as a rider, go pull it up on YouTube. I don't know, whatever, Bing, whatever, Google, and pull up motorcycle blind spots with trucks, and it shows positions of motorcycles, and they put all these motorcycles around this truck, and there's like 12 of them.
It's like none of these
These
bikes
are-
are visible to
Yeah,
the driver.
None of
Yeah.
them are visible.
You want to know
But-
the secret? Look for the driver in the mirror.
Well, true. Now,
Sorta works, but it doesn't always
Yeah.
work. I'm
Yeah,
sitting in a
if you're
truck right
looking
now
that
looking
way.
out the mirrors, and I can tell you that it's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Earl,
No shit.
Earl Damron, one of our co-instructors, he sent me a message. Hey, Mike, you drive a truck. I need to get some feedback from you about blind spots in trucks. And I posted that up for him, what we're talking about, the blind spots around trucks. And there's a bunch, man. There's a whole bunch of little spots around trucks that we can't see, and especially we can't see bikes. I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing I can really see clearly is another truck. Other than that, cars, motorcycles, there's all kinds of traps around trucks. And for me, I'm scanning my mirrors every 4 to 8 seconds, but I still got to look, 3 miles ahead because I got to stop 80,000 pounds at 55 miles an hour. I got to be looking way ahead. I can't just keep focusing on the mirror. I got to be aware of what's around me. But there's so many times, I'm telling you, I spot a motorcycle and then I lose him. I'm like, it freaks me out because I'm like, where did he go? He's somewhere in my blind spot. And then I got to do a lane change, and I do the turn signals on for like 10 or 15 seconds before I do anything, and I just cautiously start going and hope there's nothing there. But yeah, man, it's bad places to be around trucks. Plus, anything that it's an open bed, a pickup truck or a van with ladders, get away from as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Don't
I've seen
get me
ladders
started
fly
on
off.
freaking ladders. My God, people tie those fucking things down. Like, don't just use little twine. Like, get some actual tie downs and make sure they're secure.
Right.
I've seen so many ladders on the road. Wheelbarrows too. It's like, what the fuck, people?
Right. And then, but at the same time, kind of define what Mike was saying is that we can also use tractor trailers as if you have like a nice crosswind. Like we've had a lot of crosswinds the last week. And
Don't
now
ride next to a tractor trailer.
Well, no, hang on. I didn't say next to. Let me finish my fucking comment. If you we had like 50 to 70 mile per hour crosswinds coming across the 10 freeway, and what you can do is there's a sweet spot, kind of like behind the rear of the tractor trailer.
You got to get
it's
really
kind of
close for that
no,
sweet
no,
spot,
no,
though.
you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, there's a sweet spot where you can actually look and see the driver, and the rider's right there. I know.
Oh, I thought you were talking
use
about
it
the
all the time.
aerodynamics. Yeah.
No, but there's a sweet spot where all that crosswind doesn't hit you, and you're not also in the vacuum of that the tractor trailer is creating. Also,
Dude.
Yeah,
there
that's
is
what
a
you got to be
sweet
mindful
spot.
of. There is a
But you-
fucking vacuum that can like.
But you have to make sure you know where it's at. It's not something that you can just like, oh well, right here's good to go.
Speaking of wind, last week I
Right.
saw one of the dumbest fucking things I've seen in a long time. Last week, I was going to Irvine or coming home from Irvine on the toll road, the 241, and there's this guy
Nice,
on
yeah.
like a really, I mean, it looked like a newer bike. Maybe it was just really nice, couple of years old, whatever. It was had the full bags on it. It was like a Cowie or something, but not the Concourse. Just a nice, tall, upright, like sport touring bike. And there's this like party bus. Dude, this guy is 4 or 5 feet behind the bus because the winds were so bad. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like
Well,
you're gonna die? Like, why would you do that?"
Well, behind the bus is not behind the bus. That's not where the sweet spot is. It's in actually the lane.
I know.
To the left or to the right of
Well,
them,
it was-
depending on what.
It was
what
funny
part
because I
of
was
the
blowing
wind
a little and
the
my
wind is blowing.
wheels were wiggling, but I could see him. It was like it would catch the gust that came around the bus and got sucked right to the back, and he would just fucking wobble. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
dude, he's 3.5, 4 feet from the back. I'm going 80, and I barely passed him.
That will
That's
be
crazy.
someone
Yeah.
who's destined definitely for fucking fate.
But
Yeah.
That's
the
something
thing
like-
is on something because I did that thing one time. I was going up to Apple Valley, and right there where you guys are in Devore,
Oh,
that
that's terrible.
that crazy ass crosswind on the
Yep.
15. I had to do just what Zig said because it was gnarly, and I was 2 lanes over, and I was still getting enough draft because of the wind
Yep.
buffeting across the truck. It was like just to get through that bridge, getting over past Sierra. It was like, oh, it was just blowing like ridiculous. So I was like, oh my god.
There were so many rigs that got toppled over last week on the 210.
Yeah.
It was insane. They were just leaving them. They
Yeah.
would pull them off to the side of the road and leave it.
Yeah, because they can't upright them because it'll
Yeah.
blow over again. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, they just leave them there.
Well, that's what I'm saying because there's a sweet spot, and it's basically behind the tractor trailer. You're not next to it. That's not the sweet
No,
spot.
yeah.
There,
The key is to be able to see where you're going and you need to be able to see the road because there's times as trucks we can't make a lane change. We've got to run over whatever's in the lane. If you're in a bike behind that truck, whatever we ran over is going to be right in your face. So that's not going to
Yep.
be a good day.
right.
Yep.
Which again,
And that doesn't give you enough time to react when you're that close.
no. Which I said, a sweet spot. There is a sweet spot, and it's. Here's the thing. When
Yeah,
it
guys could never find that spot. You're
No, no,
hitting
no,
a hard
no.
target here, bro.
No,
What are you talking about?
Redow's gonna back me up. Redow's gonna back me up on this. When it comes to motorcycling, And people are like going, okay, well,
when it comes to anything.
when it's so what's the big deal about riding a motorcycle? The thing is, if I had to explain it to you,
Yeah, you don't get it.
you
No.
wouldn't understand. That's what I'm saying. I can't. You have to do it. You can't.
Yeah, I just tell them get in their car, roll down the window, and stick your head out the window as far as you can get it. You'll have some sort of idea.
No, because only
Better
bikers
yet,
understand
put
why
on a
dogs
helmet.
do that.
My fucking laptop batteries took a shit.
So's your
And then-
phone.
and so did my phone just took a shit. So now we're just going. We're just fucking live on chaotic. That's okay though.
Now we still got YouTube on.
At least
We're just
yeah,
not
we still have
watching
YouTube.
ourselves.
I'm just not watching it, so we're still live. But I can't respond if you send me a message. There were some other messages that I want that were sent to
Oh,
me, and
let
it
me get
just
my
it
phone.
just blacked off. So
Oh,
Anyways.
technical fail.
right, but hey, what?
That's
We
Grandpa
did-
Zig and technology.
We did Facebook. We did Facebook Live for the first time. That was awesome.
My fucking battery's dead.
Oh, does anybody have a charger?
I wasn't prepared for
Turns
doing
out-
a Facebook Live.
Turns out if
tonight.
you fucking plug this shit in, it lasts longer. Like
I was
it
going to
doesn't
say,
even-
wait a minute, isn't there a charge cord? You can just plug
No,
the thing
he's
in.
got a fucking laptop that looks like a goddamn Bible on the table. It's so thick, and he didn't even bother to plug the fucker in.
there is no plug here
Like,
for this.
you ever seen one of those camping
Oh,
stoves?
my.
I've
There's
seen
no
camping
plug.
stoves.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
Coleman camping stove.
Fucking, this is
That's
how
what it
thick this
looks
goddamn
like.
laptop is.
Dude, were you even alive during the
But it's got
80s?
really cool
Jesus
stickers
Christ.
on it.
So, Mike, here
He's
we
got a
are.
pu- this
So-
looks like my laptop from middle school right now.
So, Mike, I'm going to give you this visual right now. Okay, I've got three guys in front of me, and then I've got
This is not the
I've
first
only-
time
It's
this
like
has
a
happened.
typical Saturday night.
and I've only got two middle fingers. But guess what? I'm going to give these two a middle. Wait a second, Vijay didn't say. I'm going to give these two middle fingers. And then I'm going to do it. I'm going to give them to you again.
Hey, Zig, please
And
continue
guess
on
what?
about all the time
I'm
there's
gonna
I'm
different
going to
guys
give
in
them to
front
you
of you.
again.
I'm gonna send you a fucking picture, Mike, because this is priceless. Oh my god.
Do it, man.
Really?
Yeah, hang on.
Hey,
He's
you know,
on Facebook.
just
Yeah.
because I'm the guy that is smart enough to sit there and not buy a fucking laptop every fucking year it comes out new. Oh my god, I gotta have it. Like the phone. I've had this phone.
Bro, you can only
For
use that
fucking
excuse for the
2
first
years.
12 years you've had a laptop, dickhead.
Dude,
Okay.
I bought this laptop 3 years ago and it's still working.
That's
There's
only 3 years old.
What, here's what
Holy
they
shit.
Mike, back me up on this. If it ain't broken,
Don't fix it.
Yeah. I mean, if it works and it doesn't have to be rebooted every 3 seconds and a battery lasts, it's
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
good.
Hold on. We're like 1 or 2 for 3 there. The battery doesn't last.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait a
so
minute, wait a minute.
Oh, I get it. I see it. That's nice, man. Take
Well-
two.
Hey, do you
well,
want
actually
to
the battery lasts for a
Nice,
couple
Zig.
hours.
Do you want to know what the
So
comments
dig-
were on YouTube?
Yeah, what were the
The
comments?
very last comment is Zig. She will draw you a map to where the sweet spot is.
Oh!
Ooh. Nice.
Damn.
Nice, Dave.
Oh my god.
Well, that's when they still had hair on it.
You know,
No, they just had
you
a
are not
built-in
allowed-
arrow. That was easy.
You are not allowed to say that shit at work anymore.
Oh, fuck.
I never said that.
You
I've
did so.
never-
You said it. You said it to me and to Vince because we have locks.
Yeah,
Well,
Like
okay,
some
no,
business.
okay.
we have
I did
master
instru-
locks on the
instructors. I
fucking
wasn't-
boxes.
I wasn't
that
saying in
work?
front of the class. Let's all be clear on
Yeah,
that.
but we got these locks, right? And they're up in a compartment. So when you reach in with the key, you can't actually see your hand inserting the key into the lock. So sometimes we fumble with the
insert.
fucking key, right? And he's
So
done it
what's
to
Zig
me.
say?
Where I'm fumbling with the fucking lock, and he goes, "I bet you could find it if it had hair on it." I'm like, "Oh, first of all, you nasty, shave.
Yeah, no, he said that shit in front when I
I
was
wasn't
there, too.
alive in the fucking 70s and 80s when porn bush was a thing. No,
It's a thing now.
no, it's not.
Not in our circle. Maybe in
No.
your drum circle,
Behind the
bro.
green door.
Fucking
Fuck.
buy your chick a fucking razor.
yeah, see,
Yeah,
the JJ
I
still.
prefer Brazilians, to tell you the truth, or a landing strip.
But
If you
okay,
really wanna get
I prefer a
creative and do
nicely
little
like
heart,
etched
I'm down
arrow
for
in
that.
No.
hair, just one
The,
stripe.
the only hair that should be between her legs is my beard. Period. End statement. That's it.
Nice. I'm with you, Justin.
Thank you. I love you, Mike.
Shit.
Love you too, brother.
I'm still voting for
You know
no
why?
hair.
Because Mike just
I-
recently
I-
started growing a beard, and it looks good.
Do you like that?
When I met him,
I
he was
gotta
like
have the
full
winter
on
shield,
cop,
man.
like
I got
baby
getting
face.
cold
dude.
out.
Yeah, that beard looks good.
yeah,
Fuck
you
you.
do look like a cop, Mike. I just want to say that.
Yeah, he knows.
But you know, but,
Yeah,
but,
now
you know,
I'm
let's go back. Let's
now
go back.
looking like Wolverine now.
That's better, right? It's an upgrade.
Let's go back to the freaking hair thing. I mean,
No.
I'm just saying.
Why
And-
did you say
and
the bald guy?
that is
I
what
say he's got his hand pointed at the
that
bald
is what
dude.
I grew up with. That's what was when I was younger and Mike was younger.
Oh my god.
That was it.
And I'm not even
See,
kind of
Mike's-
bald. Like I
Mike's-
shave my head
he's
with
laughing.
a razor. I'm super
See, he's
bald.
laughing. You can hear him
Yeah.
laughing.
Because
He's
y'all were
right,
fucking-
you know.
But he's
like,
not
Oh, it's
denying
so
it.
girls would
true.
wear bikinis and there would just
Okay.
be hair everywhere.
I did
No.
not. I did not say it. It's just a terminology. I did not just like. Oh, that's what she said. You know what I mean? That's just a terminology nowadays. You know what I mean? No. I mean, it's got to
Hey,
be.
girls
it's
had
gotta
hair
trim
on
up.
their vaginas when I
Shit.
was a teenager
I trim my shit up
for like a
dude.
year, and then that fad went away.
Dude, I manscape like a motherfucker, man. It's like some little fucking.
No hair on your vagina, Zig?
Nope.
I am glad to hear that.
That's right. I proudly own a man groomer too, so it's all good.
Very good. See, I took that shit in between my legs and let that little fucking lawnmower man go right through there.
You really got to stop staring at me while you're talking about this, Zig. 'Cause
Yeah.
right now, I imagine you picturing me bald everywhere.
No, between this and the fucking tucking conversation a minute ago, I don't want to be on this radio show anymore.
Fucking conversation.
Damn it, I'm going home.
Uh,
You sick
Hey, what's
fucks.
wrong with a little manscaping? Come on.
right?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I guess
manscaping's
that's true.
fine.
Nothing, man. The carpets match the drapes.
well, it's
It's
funny.
funny because you're bald.
I know, I'm super bald. Fuck.
Well, see, we talked about vajayjay. We had this conversation a couple weeks ago,
Was I drunk?
and it was and we were talking about. Well, you know what? When I manscaped when I was younger, it's a lot different than manscaping than I. Oh no, you weren't here because it was last week. You weren't here. It's a lot different from manscaping now because now my balls, they it's like a grandfather clock. They're
oh, shit.
long.
Oh.
They're a little lower.
They're a
and
little bit lower.
TikTok, you know.
And we had this conversation like, okay, what's easier? I says, I think it's easier for a female to scape than it is for a man to scape.
Oh, there's nothing they have to
Yeah,
like
and
move
I
out of the
was-
way and separate and.
I was the only one that said, dude, I'm telling you, it's not easy to shave.
No,
It's
it's
not.
not.
I'm telling you,
We
especially.
should,
Yeah,
we should
you
have
have to
some
be very
females
careful.
call in and let us know how easy it is for them to shave too. 'Cause,
we couldn't get anybody.
I'm
I swear
thinking
to
Zig
God
is
we
right
could.
on this one.
No,
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm with Zig on this
as
one.
much as I hate agreeing with Zig, if it's cold out and your balls are all shrivelly, you got all these wrinkles, right?
You gotta
And
stretch
It's
it.
difficult
You
to get
gotta,
into the
like-
crevices with a razor.
Sometimes
It
you
can be
gotta do the
dangerous.
bat wing to get
Right.
parts of it.
Jesus Christ.
You know what
No.
I mean?
You know, if you don't shave, then you start riding in the summer and you get swamp balls, and that's no good either.
No, it's
swamp
not.
balls.
All bad.
Dude,
Especially like I got a
teaching-
waterproof seat, so there's nowhere for the air to go. So if you want to get any air, you got to like stand up.
Just do what I used to do in the summer. Just
Speaking of
take the old
tucking,
fly and zip it down when you're on a straightaway.
there's one thing I
brilliant.
do
I'm gonna
every
use
time
that.
I get on the motorcycle.
I used to do
First,
that.
I look to see if anybody's looking. As soon as I know nobody's looking, then I reach down there and pull it up so it doesn't get smushed on the fucking
Not me,
gas
dude. There
tank.
could be a hot chick right next to me. I just start fucking
Oh
adjusting.
hell yeah, dude! Hell yeah! I'll reach it if my nuts are out of place, dude.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
reaching down. I don't care who,
Especially
I don't
on the
care
bike
who's
because
next
that
to
shit
me.
hurts.
And even if I'm
Oh
driving,
yeah, definitely got to do an adjustment. I mean, come on.
even if I'm driving, if I feel that there's something clogging my nasal passage, dude, I'm gonna fucking put my finger up beside that thing. If you're next to me and you're looking at me, I'm gonna flick it right at you,
Ew.
just because you looked at me.
There's something wrong with you, Zig.
Yeah, there's a lot wrong with him, not something.
I-
Why do you think we get along so well? I'm batshit crazy and he's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, you are. It's kind of it's kind of fucked up that you sit there and because you are more of a sick-minded motherfucker than I am.
Oh, dude, I'm fucking nuts.
I know you're off the chain, man.
Oh yeah, but that's brain damage, so fuck off.
No, see, here's what Jordy does. I open up and I'm just like going, hey, fuck it, blah blah blah, and I just talk my shit, and then Jordy's like, wow, that's disturbing. Zig."
I do it on purpose. I do it on purpose.
When this fucking guy goes down the freaking freeway with his fucking nuts hanging out of his fucking shorts, I'm just saying.
Whoa, what? That's a new one. I don't know if I've ever done that one. I'd be too afraid of getting road
I don't
rash
think
on my
any
I
balls.
of
was,
us
I was,
talk
I was
with
just,
JoJo.
I was just saying. I'm just saying, as a metaphor. You know what I mean?
What about your buddy Joe Mama?
Oh,
Like pulling
fuck.
let's not go
pulling his
there.
fucking belt.
Yeah, no. Let's
Oh
not.
my God,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Joe
might be
Mama's a
crazy,
whole
but he's a
other thing.
sick fuck.
Right. Right.
Brings new meaning. That guy's got balls, man.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm telling you, man, I'll be 50 next month.
Wow.
I still feel young. I still got it. I still give my kids a hard time when it comes
That's
to
awesome,
running on the
man.
track. You know what I mean? Yeah, come on. I might be a little apprehensive. You might be a little bit faster. You might be like have me like 2 seconds on the track, but that's okay. I'm still there. But you know what? If I take off before you, you're definitely gonna have to work in order to pass me.
You gotta
That's
take 'em to
okay.
that
But
car
my
track,
kids,
bro.
my kids are fucking young. That's the encouragement. That's what I want them to be. I want them to be good. You know, but I sat down on the toilet fucking not too long ago, man, and my nuts hit the water.
Ew.
Fucking teabag the
Dude,
toilet.
I'm not
Oh my
even
God.
50
Must
yet.
have been a warm night.
Holy shit.
I could have not heard that, Zig, because now I'm going to be driving to my Vegas operations at like 1 in the morning, and that's going to pop in my head and go, you
My nuts
motherfucker.
hit the water.
So, but I had to close you out. I had to close the show out with that.
Yep.
No,
Because
you
we-
bastard, you rotten
because-
bastard. How dare
Because
you.
we have to leave room for the Roy and Jimmy theme that's even coming on.
God,
After us.
way off track, didn't it?
And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Roy and Jimmy love following my show because it's like, oh shit, what did Zig leave in the
That's
wake
awesome.
of this?
Wake.
And so, anyways, but you know what? We've got one more show before the new year and Christmas.
And we have the
so
12-hour show, too.
But we do have now. I'm not going to have the Zig Zone's not going to be on for the next 2 months. I have a show next Monday. We're not going to be on obviously Christmas Day, and then
Christmas on Monday, isn't it?
It
Yeah,
is.
it's
Oh,
on
that's
Monday.
right. Today's a
It's on
Monday.
Monday.
Fuck, I'm so messed up right
and
now.
then the New Year's. I'm probably not going to do a show, but what we're going to do is we are going to do a 12-hour chaotic radio Christmas show this
Nice.
coming Sunday from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Am I correct on that, Dutchie? And it's going to be the Black Lung Show. Ryan Pena's Black Lung Show is still going to be airing, and also the Jack of All Nerds is still going to be doing their show. But in between that time, it's going to be like just a really just chaotic.
Scary. It's gonna be scary.
We're just gonna, 12 hours of just, you know what? What do you want to do? Call in at that time. Give us some Christian, because you're gonna be wrapping presents.
I'll come down and kill some time with you.
There you go. You know what? Spend some Christmas with Chaotic.
I love his enthusiasm. Oh, I'll come and kill some time.
And watch our magic
Right?
show. We're going to make tequila disappear.
Sorry, that's just my attitude right now because I've been working 20-hour days for like the last 15 days straight. I'm just fucking zapped.
Wow.
So, Mike
I have any
Alpine.
time to fucking
Mike Alpine, dude, thanks much for calling in, brother. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
And-
I enjoyed it immensely, man. It was a pleasure. I'm honored to be able to get on the show with you guys and talk and laugh. I mean, that's what life's all about, talking and laughing and having a good time and sharing info and stories. That's good stuff, man.
and motorcycles, you know what I mean? So here's what I'm going to encourage you to do, Mike. You know what? Let's make you part of the Biker Alley. And so it's the second Monday of every month, and just plan on calling it in when you're, waiting for your tractor trailer to be filled up with freight or whatever. And why don't you just be the co-host as a calling co-host? How about that?
All right, I'm on board. Sounds good, man. Appreciate the invite.
Sounds like a plan to me. Everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. It's great. I love the Zig Zone. I love Chaotic Radio. I love Dutchie. And I definitely love my co-host, Redial, my boy, Jordy, thousands of miles underneath us. And I definitely love my buddy of a JJ.
That's how you know
We
Zig's
all
had
love
enough
JJ.
booze.
I'm in love.
So
Zig-
remember,
Zig's
when
had
it-
enough to drink that
I
he
got
loves
a buzz
everybody.
going
It's time to
on.
go home.
yeah. So remember, when it's really hot, drop your zipper for ventilation, and don't forget to tuck your balls in the mirror.
Put your balls, your twigs and fingers between your legs and stand in front of the mirror. You need to do that. If you haven't done it, do it. This is chaoticradio.com. Stick around for the Run Jimmy thing. The Zig Zone is out.